Pisces, how you getting on, guys? Right, so people keep asking me to do the Pisces reading, so here we go. So this is for January 2019. Okay, Happy New Year to everybody. Okay, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Now, if you would like a reading, everything is in the description in order for you to follow. Okay, songs and everything as normal will also be in the description. But so there's also a price range, and I do apologise, but there's a lot of commotion going on at the moment. So I'm trying to kind of get organised and all that kind of stuff. So let's see. Pisces for January 2019. 2019 Pisces. So you've got the Queen of Pentacles. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or Jupiter. Yeah. So you've got someone that's been taking something from the Queen of Pentacles. I don't really want to have to say this in case I don't, but I've done this a couple of times, right? And I might add in a piece that I've kind of, I might do, it depends. But if you see it, you see it, and if you don't, you don't, okay? But anyway, the Queen of Pentacles, so you've got someone that's been trying to take and deceive, like this is like the Earth Mother, so this is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy. But this is someone that's very grounded and stable and nurturing and very, but kind of like really left in a daze, kind of like wanting something new and wanting something committed, like the Earth Mother, like, has children and all that kind of stuff, wants to create a family and very committed. But you've got someone that's very deceptive and kind of taking from that, you know. And this has come out a couple of times, you know, deceit, lies, deception. It's kind of like it's either return or a karmic return, or dharma or karma. You know, if people are lying and deceptive, please watch other readings, okay? So you get like either a return, because this is like someone that's trying to, it's like a thief, right? Okay, and but karmically, it's like can mean karma or dharma. So it's like someone returning in order to take more, or someone returning because they want to run away from something else that's not committed. So they want to run towards something that's committed and run away from something that's not. And then it's an ascension of a chain that needs to break. Because the Two of Swords, it's what's left behind of decision, of deciding, of keeping someone trapped. So if it's an old karmic partner, it's someone that's always left you or them, or Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising, cross watches, this, that, or whichever way round. Okay, don't get lost, but this is someone that's always kept you in a two-parted situation of confusion, of illusion, of feeling trapped, entrapment, someone that takes, someone that steals, someone that takes from the home life, someone that takes away your job, your money, your career, finances, your stability, all in all round takes, okay? But then as a reward, someone may be wanting to run away from that and go towards something new and committed, okay? Because you have committed and stable, and committed and stable between the 10 of an ending, of a beginning, of an ending of something that was like at one point the family. It can be someone that's taking from the family, taking something from families and giving more to one and more to the other. Separation between the two. Distance, can be separation of distance between two people. It can be within you and someone else that's good. It can be someone that takes from this kind of quality of the home life or money. They might want money, they might take money, or you or they might want something else that's committed within money, or you can just be getting paid, okay? But it's a conflicted energy between two. So let's have a look. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. You know, I know because I've been doing personal readings, and I kind of know because I'm psychic and I'm a tarot reader. Okay, entrapment. So I'm a tarot reader, you know, and I'm psychic and I'm extremely wise, influential. And I spent 4 years of my life through my karmic experience of my last experience chasing somebody that didn't want chasing. And that took me a very long time to worry about codependency and things that kept me stuck and trapped for a very, very long time. Okay, so the one thing that I realised through that is that I will never chase someone that doesn't want chasing, right? and that I'm more stable and committed than what I knew. But that was what I learned for that. I learned through that person that sacrificed themselves, the realising that I always thought through that 4 years that they were taking from me. And they were being very deceptive for a very long time, and played a lot of mind games and kept me trapped for a very long time. But it took me a while, trust me, it took me a while. But then when I started to forgive and stopped to blame and realise and dealt with things, okay, and then I also met someone new, but that's kind of the situation that I'm kind of in as well, that, it's just, communication in life is key. Out of these 30, nearly 40 cards in this deck, the most important one to me and to everybody should be is communication. Communication is key. It breaks the form of defense. It breaks down everything that I've always stated in my channel of how it releases past. You can't never avoid an elephant in the room, as well as you can never avoid things about yourself. It takes release. Okay, when you meet someone new, it takes that in order to communicate, to stop people from feeling trapped or where they can actually help you. Sometimes people in life, they actually cry for help, and then when they get it, they run from it. But you don't run from it, you run towards the help, and you run away from the people that keep you trapped and lying and deceptive. If it's people from the past that have always kept you in a two-party triangle of decision and illusion of where they want someone else and they come back and they take a bit more, and kind of, I don't really care, I'll just take from your stability of your home and your life and your job completely, okay, and children and all kinds of things like that. I don't have empathy, I'll just go away and then I'll just come back when I want to, because I don't have empathy. I just know how to take things, because that's all I want, is just to take, because I'm narcissism. It's narcissism. They're power hungry. It's not a power play. Life is not a power game, and it's not a power struggle. When you meet someone new or something, or anybody in life, love comes through a feeling of goodness. It's something that's not obsessive and it's not controlling, because you can't have to worry about that, because when you meet someone new and it's pure and it's fresh and it doesn't keep you trapped, okay, communication flows. It's something where you wouldn't have to worry about someone worrying about you, because you would constantly want to talk to one another, because it would be fresh, new and honest and open. There would be no entrapment. It would just be pure. Okay, so it would be pure. So this is not part of my ascension, because I kind of feel trapped because of no communication, but that might be why I might add that bit at the beginning. But this is kind of like what I put on my channel. All right, fish counter. This is like phone jacker. But stuck in an elevator, right? But this is entrapment. This is someone that's entrapping somebody that's kind of blind to the truth, someone that's hiding the truth, someone that's keeping something from somebody else, or somebody that's trying to keep someone else entrapped from stopping them from walking something that's committed and stable. Somebody or something between these two here, you've got somebody that's very caring and nurturing and giving and wants a family and wants something new and fresh. And this is also the same. But you have somebody on something in between that same thing that's keeping someone trapped and it's the mirror. It's the mirror of what I expressed in the Gemini reading. So please watch the Gemini reading, because that'll give you a lot of insight into breaking chains of defense. Okay, very heavy burden. Manipulation. It's manipulation. People play mind games with you, but people that play mind games, trust me, it comes around. What goes around comes around. Goes around and it comes around. If you don't communicate and you don't open up to the good, that's because someone's entrapping you and making you fearful of actually walking towards the good, because that's their job. Their job as a soul is to keep you in entrapment, and to keep you confused, and to keep you in fear, and to keep you in fear of entrapping the other person too of entrapment, because that's a narcissism. That's narcissist. They'll do that in order to stop you creating the best thing that you can ever be or do within your life, to create these two. Okay? A positive two outdo a positive negative two. Okay? The fight or flight game. It's the tower. You can't react. It's action. Every action has a reaction. It's an action and a response time of how you respond to narcissism is the fact that you don't. You can't. You do it silently. But you communicate with the good that helps you. That's why it's called help, and that's why it's called guidance and groundedness. The stable two outdo the unstable one. Something else that I was writing as a poem, a kind of thing I was going to release on the discussion page and discussion board that I run as well. That wants to come out again. So something that's been a very heavy burden but it's also a 10, you know. But an unstable 2 create an unstable 1. So the stable 2 start to create more of an unstable 1. So I don't want to confuse confuse people, okay? But a narcissist and things like that, when we form ascension, is that through 2018, okay, that was the karmic year. So people then started to hopefully find something new. But the thing with karma, and then the people that were the chaser now becomes the runner, and the runner becomes the chaser. Okay, so the karmic partner, if you was involved with someone who's extremely karmic or something like that, I mean, that wouldn't be in my thing, because my old karmic thing is kind of over, because I know that's what I'm saying. You know, I learned through so much through that I just knew that it was really how that was sacrificing for me to become where I am. But I know where I am. I know how to live presently, and I know what I want and what I don't want. You know, I know what I want, what I would accept and what I wouldn't accept. You know, because that's ascension. That's how you get to the stage of where I am. But through that process, then that makes me more masculine. Okay, so I know how to deal with narcissism because I dealt with so much of it through that. Okay. So that was kind of this feeling too, entrapment. So it's mirroring lessons back unless people start to take action and move towards the light, okay, or make their own decisions, okay, because it's very important, because a narcissist will follow the person that wants to walk towards the light. They will follow as an energy too. They will know that. You cannot tell a narcissist that you're making a move in a new direction, because they will do their ultimate best in order to confuse you, to stop you thinking and feeling and lowering your actual vibration that will keep you trapped and unknown, to keep someone else entrapped and unknown, because that's the great illusion and the great sacrifice that's needed of self-awareness, of do not ever self-deceit yourself, because that's pointless, okay? Pointless. It's points of growth through this, points of growth. Growing and expanding and realizing that there are actually people out there that are actually very stable, and they are very committed, and they can create fucking anything in life. And you can, if you're the best person that you can be and you dream big. But don't dream big, dream bigger. Opportunity in life comes as small offerings to things, okay, as an opportunity. But you have to be self-aware in order to notice them. When you're not surrounded or surrounded within someone that's very narcissistic and controlling, that stops an ascension of 3, when you find a stable 2, that confuses the unstable 1, and it makes them back off, because the light of the person that knows how to deal with it, trust me, knows how to deal with it in the right direction, okay? Which my direction would be court if it was needed. But it would be silent, and it would be pretty easy flowing, okay? You can't argue with someone that wants to argue, because that's what they want to do, to keep you in that state. No, you do it silently, and you do it with wisdom, okay? But I know what I would do. I know what I would do. So, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But through the other one that I kind of can't release, we had, yeah, there we go, we had that one. So that's below the 7 of Swords. We had that here. We had the Gemini out, we had the 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups, we had narcissism cards, and I just got so fed up, Pisces, that I just didn't want to. I don't participate in this kind of behaviour. This is me, this is my behaviour, right? This is me. Okay, well, it depends on how it clarifies, because the other one was a bowl of soup, Pisces, you know, it was. You got people interfering. That was it, because I had the phone going off, I had my computer going off, I had the dog barking, and there was so much interference that I just couldn't do it, okay? That just is a sign. That's the sign that you don't miss. When it says never miss the red flag signs and stuff like that, okay, red flags are not pretty colours. It means that nothing happens for a reason, it all happens for a reason. If something happens like that, straight away I'm aware of there's interference. There's someone that's interfering between someone trying to walk in a new direction. You also had victory going this way, but you also had something that way, trying to stop someone from walking into victory and keeping them confused. And this was actually here. It's a strange mix. But because I'm psychic and a clairvoyant, I'm not fucking daft. You know, and I'm also a tarot reader. Communication in life is key, but I'm not going to keep giving opportunity. I'm not. So you got 6 of Cups. That tried to come out before. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. There's too many. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. For January 2020. What can you tell me more? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. I mean, the 6 of Cups should really be going there. Should have took that. No, that's trying to come out again. So you've got, I can kind of see how this was playing out in the other part. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. Wow, so you've got the happy home life and the structure, which is kind of like the twin flame, or the something happy, stable, committed, grounded, or something under the roof, okay, or anything like that. But here you have someone that is like this. I can't remember in my chart now. It's to do with Vedic. But this is someone that's very wise, influential, can be very cutting, but also very open in order to receive the truth and also give the truth too. But he knows this is also law, okay, anything like that, very stern, very committed, and knows how to do things the right way. Can be. It's also below something that's very grounded and stable, committed. It's finding that stability in masculine, the masculine energy of the truth, masculine energy of the truth, okay. But you've also got entrapment within something to do with the home life too. So stories can really fluctuate and go around. I'll see if I can draw another 3 cards around this, because it could get confusing. Please give me more messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus for January 2019, please. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. So you've got the Tower, I'll take those. Okay, the Tower and the Ace of Cups. So you kind of need the Tower. Okay, so we've got 2 sevens, okay, which is an alignment. But here, okay, here you've got separation and avoidance. 2, here, this is kind of like the in and out narcissist leapfrog. Makes you feel confused and loosed. Wants promises this, promises that. It's kind of like, as an energy, it makes you feel drained really quickly. Takes things from you really quick. Takes. It's a narcissist card. It's someone that will destroy your home life, your life completely, as an ascension of 7. This is the you. This is like you, right? Everybody, because it's 7, right? So it will destroy the inner self that will start to inner reflect to destroy the outer self, which means your world, your life, everything. Everything needs sacrifice in order to rebuild something new. Somebody that can keep you that confused and in an illusion, okay, will destroy everything in its wake, literally. So that's why you have an awakening. You have an awakening to the truth that wakes you up to realise, I've been caught in a cycle and a pattern for fucking ever, okay, of an ascension of something, because we're talking about lifetimes, okay. So it needs breaking, the ascension chain of breaking. I mean, I'm single. I'm single. So, but if you're in a commitment, Pisces, right? If you're in a commitment, so I'll put it this way, if you're in something and you've been in it a long time and they've been cheating on you left, right and centre and keeping you absolutely fucking, and this is vice versa, them or you, right? But if you've been in a commitment for very long fucking time and there's loads of cheating, that is like the destruction of the Tower, which is cut like that. Can you ever really forget that? Do you think that your subconscious memory will ever let that go, where you would believe them? That you would actually be able to be completely settled down to the fact you think, you know what, at least they're back, but when they're gone, do I really believe them? Do you? Would you? Because if you say yes and someone's cheated on you that many times, that means you're still in illusion. Okay? So that's the separation. You only gain that when you separate from someone that's completely narcissistic and you gain your boundaries back Well, your boundaries, sure, yeah, and your faculties and everything come back into fruition, and you start to force yourself towards the good completely, because that breaks an ascension chain of that karmic thing that follows you from lifetime to lifetime, and that pushes that away, literally, because you both deal with it as a stable two to reflect back on the dark of what the two light things can create together to manifest the perpetuation of the dark falling away, because you start to do things mundane together as a stable two. Then you take people to court, or you do anything that you do together as stable in order to take out this energy. It's not chess, but in life things need to be handled amicably. But if you can't do that on your own and you get lost, then you find the goodness in someone else and you do it together. That's why it's called opportunity, and that's why it's called communication, of that you can't avoid the elephant in the room. You can't. Even as an energy, you cannot forget a karmic soulmate thing, and you can't forget a good soulmate thing. If you're within 2, 3, 4 bowls of soup, you can't do it, because it's put together for you to learn that you need to communicate with the good, but also communicate with the bad in order to get rid of it. You can't avoid it, and it will never just go away if you sit back and thinking that it will. It will not. It needs dealing with. Okay? If you want to find someone stable and you have someone else in mind and they're stable, okay, go that way and you both deal with it together. You get me? But let's have a look. So, let's have a look at the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Because that's not major arcana. It's not a major arcana card. It's stuff that can be overcome. It really is. But like I said, it seems major, and it really is major. Because you feel it, and you know it, and you see it, right? Or you can feel it as an energy. But it's overcome. You can overcome it because you get a karmic return. You know, Saturn, trust me, Saturn and Spirit watch constantly. They really do. If you think that you're not watched, you are. Okay? So you'll watch constantly. They watch you and they watch over everybody. And they see how much energy and effort that you're prepared to put in as a sacrifice. Because the whole world is about sacrifice because of God, Lucifer, the fallen angel of Lucifer, and how God sacrificed his whole self of where we all live presently in purgatory. And we all fight for a chance to ascend to the highest level of stability through a karmic walk. Okay? That's what happens, and that is the harsh fucking truth of it. But because of that specific reason, we need to sacrifice things, which means that we need to express and have something in life, even on a mundane level, of a financial loss, or a big loss, or an emotional loss, or an emotional and a physical loss, physically, as we presently live here as human beings. Okay? So when we do that, Spirit also sees that your energy and effort, that you're understanding about sacrifice, that there needs to be sacrifice of someone that's just the sacrificial lamb or anything like that. Okay? But sacrifice also comes in the form of, well, if you're willing to keep sacrificing yourself for someone that's going to keep fucking you over, that is also sacrifice. So we will also let you do that, because free will outdoes and outgoverns everything. You have the free will choice to take opportunities any time in life when they arise, but that is also sacrifice, and that is the great illusion of self-deceit. Never deceive yourself. Never let someone keep you trapped, because that's pointless, right? You always want the best thing in life, and I always want the best thing for everybody, and I always want them to have the best outcome and the best solution for everything. But that's called being an adult, and that's called communication. If I didn't have that kind of skill, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. And I wouldn't be able to do all the fucking things that I do. And I don't know if any of you others, Pisces, are light workers, but I can assure you it's an extremely difficult job. And also another job that I run, and I have to go and deal with tax and everything, and starting up a new business and a fresh business and everything else that incorporates within trying to keep your mind relaxed and not to the point where you need to flip out, but you also need to balance and structure yourself out in order to guide everybody else in the right direction, whether that be firm and committed or whether that be caring and nurturing, because that is called self-love. That is called the balancing of your own masculine and your own feminine quality of yourself. And that is what you become. Stable, grounded, committed into what I am now. Okay? It cuts away the truth and it cuts away the darkness, and it makes a stable too in order to make a life ascension of greatness. Okay? So, let's see. But you've got opportunity cards all over, because I just see the Ace of Pentacles, you've got the Ace of Cups. Opportunity. Things in life. When you're a kid, if you appreciate the things that you have in life that are very small, you get a backhand and they tell you don't be so fucking disrespectful. We've worked very hard for it, like we do now. We work for what we have. When we understand what we have, the small things become big things, and we become stable, and we can hold ourselves up. Self-love, self-worth, self-respect, and self-value of yourself is the most important thing that you'll ever have. Believe you me, because someone at some point of your vibration will see that as a reflection of what God will give you as an opportunity, and they will. You always, no matter how much pain you've been through, when you understand about pain and release, God will give you the person that you're supposed to be with. But you have to fight in order to get that. If you've been lost in the dark, you have to fight for that. You really do, and you have to communicate, because that's why it's called opportunity, and that's why we have missed opportunity. Why would you want to miss an opportunity with someone that's good for someone that's bad? And I have no idea why people do that, but they do. They do. So let's have a quick look at, well, I don't know where that come from, but that's you know, because I've been talking to people and like about life coaching that they want to be. That's how you be it. That is how you're a life coach. That's how you're a spiritual healer. That is how you are a light worker. You fight off the dark constantly, and you don't worry about it, and you don't think about it. You just worry about them, like I worry about the person that I really want to talk to. But you know, hey ho. You know, I also work as a driver, right? And I love the kids that I drive to death. I think they're great. Okay, and I asked one of them. I said, "All right, mate, what did you get for Christmas?" He said, "Oh, nothing." Right, and I said, "Didn't you get anything?" And I kind of thought, "Oh, I bet his family couldn't really afford to get him much." Right. After a while, I kind of said, "Oh, you're a good old boy." I said, "What do you want?" And he said, "You know what?" He said, "I don't really want anything." Wow, that was 13-year-old boy. 13-year-old boy. Couldn't really afford much as a family, but he said, "You know what? I don't really want much." And that's a child, man. That's a child. So let's have a look. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. If this cuts off, Pisces, I do apologise. So you've got the Devil. So Cinderella's here. So you've got, that's obsession. Someone's obsessed with taking something. Okay, that's not a good kind of thing. That's not. As soon as the Devil turns up, right, that means that you need extreme strength in order to break away from stopping people from taking. Okay, so that's obsession. So someone is obsessed with someone to the point where they're prepared to do anything underhanded. Because the Devil, right, the Devil as an energy, it never shows its face. It just takes. Okay. So it returns constantly in order to keep you trapped and stuck. So that's not a good energy. But let's have a look more at the Devil, because that's like a strong attachment to chasing. I want to keep you in illusion. I want to keep you trapped. I want to stop you from walking towards the light, and I'm prepared to do absolutely fucking anything in order to do that. Yeah. Three-party situation. Or something very strong and committed. Collaborating with, I don't know. That's just like a bowl of soup. That's a bowl of soup. Because that's, so we're looking here, that's extreme narcissism. Narcissism. So you've got air sign energy. You've got Capricorn, you've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or anybody really in that, doesn't matter. You've got fire sign energy, you've got, like, so that can be anyone really, the Tower, because it's the 7, so it's like, it's pointless. Pointless. That is the separation of avoidance that's stopping this. That bowl of soup, whatever's going on between this bowl of soup here is what is stopping this, trying to stop the light to prevail. Believe you me, the light will prevail, because people will just fall off the wayside and God will not allow it to keep happening, because people can get that much, that stressed out, that absolute anger. This is why I keep myself very calm, you know, through the whole day, and I relax. If you're not, and you're involved with a narcissist, okay, God can intervene that much, and I don't want to put fear into people, but they surround you with that much confusion that accidents can happen. They really can, because it will confuse you, put you in illusion, make you feel so angry and confused that accidents can happen. And that's all I'll say. Okay, God works in very mysterious ways. Okay, now sometimes we have soulmates that actually come to the end of their life through things, and that's why they missed out on an opportunity to receive their Dharma rewards. And that's where I am, because I apparently passed away in a past life before I actually got to receive certain things. I don't want to go too much into that. Okay, so what happens is that I must have been a complete horrible bastard in my past life, because I've had to come here in order to undo it. People don't seem to realise that what goes around comes around, and the reason why you blame someone else for doing it is because you were doing it to them before. But when you become spiritually awakened and realise that you were doing it, they were doing it, you were doing it, they were doing it, you were doing it for a very long time, you start to realise that that is karmic, right? It's karmic. So when you come here and you spiritually awaken and you have an awakening, this is an awakening, you start to awaken to the truth. You realise that this has been going on for a very long time presently, where we are as humans. Okay, so as being human, we start to awaken to the truth that someone's been holding me back for a very, 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 very long time, time after time. Okay, so then to break that ascension chain, and it doesn't happen anymore, next time you are free, karmic free. This is also a freeing energy, as well as it is an entrapment energy. It means, as an ascension of a return or dharma or karma, is that you will become spiritually untrapped or untrapped when you deal with your karma, because you can't deal with things by not dealing with the elephant in the center of the room. Okay, it means that you have to deal with it. That's why it's put together. You learn through a stable 2 that someone then is an unstable 1, because that makes independence. That makes the person that is completely unavoidably independent or dependent on you has to learn their valuable lesson that they can't depend on you. So when they can't depend on you because you are more dependent on someone else that's good, that helps the stable 2, that one person that falls away learns the greatest learns the greatest sacrifice of all, which is of themselves, that you need to learn independence and grow the fuck up. Okay, they either do or they don't, but they can't do it with someone that may think that they're Batman or Superman. You are not a fictional character. Characters are fictional. It doesn't physically exist because it's an illusion. Okay, so then the unstable 1 learns the greatest lesson of all, that you will learn great lessons about being independent on your own, because that's what it means about independence. 3333 on the clock. That's how you be this energy, this as a leader. So, sorry, but that's what I'm picking up through the cards, Pisces. That's sorry, but that seems to be coming out. So if this is resonating with you guys, please let me know in the comment section. So, what were we doing? Let's have a look at the Tower. What does the Tower bring in? Tower, please clarify the Tower, because that's, yeah. So hard work, effort on yourself, great, brilliant. 7, you got 7, 7. I don't know if we've got any more, but that is, and a chain of, well, that's waiting. That's also pointless. That's also pointless. That's reinvesting into the same thing too. Okay, that's kind of like, this has happened so many fucking times, it's unbelievable, as a spiritual card of lifetimes. This is reinvestment in the same thing that's happened again. I've left waiting for them to go off and do the same thing again, and it's happened again. So I'll reinvest, do the same thing, wait, oh dear, look, it's happened again. Same thing's happened again. They've gone off, they've come back, and I've done the same thing. I've spent fucking lifetimes doing the same thing. Yes, it's ascension and it's karmic. It needs release. You will not be waiting in life for things, and these kind of things will be coming to fruition more of something that's grounded and stable that comes into fruition, of something that's great to create a 10 when you walk towards the light. This can also be a good card, but this can be a bad card too. This can be something that's been built up through family or anything that's been committed within a home life, children, or anything like that. And it grew fruition at one point, but it caused more destruction and more chaos than what it could possibly imagine. And it kept you waiting for them to return, a return of something that just kept building up but falling apart, building up, falling apart, building up, falling apart, building up, falling apart, just left you waiting, wondering. Okay, so as an awakening, that should teach you as a lesson, okay, that you move in a new direction, that you move away from it and you create a stable 2 for someone else, okay, or God gives you that, or God just gives you that. And there you go, you've got the 6 of Cups coming up again. So it's something to do with children. Something to do with children, and or they are childish and they need to grow up. Okay, but they only do that by being independent, well, not dependent on you. You're not Batman or Superman. They need to learn the great sacrifice of independence. Declaration of Independence. War, right? Can't fight. Look what happens when they do war. They blow every fucker up. Boom. Everybody gets fucking blown up. It's not how we work within the universe. It's not what we're here for. We're not here to fucking kill each other. So let's have a look at... So that can either be good or bad. That means that don't reinvest in the bad, reinvest in the good. Depends where you are on your path. There's not much more else to really do. You've got kings and queens. Born to be kings with princes of the universe. So you've got justice coming out, but I don't know where that was coming. But that either means something that was committed, a marriage, or karmic law, anything to do with law, paperwork, because you've also got the King of Swords, and the sword means like paperwork, anything to do with law, anything to do with criminal law, anything to do with maybe needing to take someone to court, exactly like I would do. But I was going to do that with someone that was narcissistic in my life in the past too. But they seem kind of like scattered off. But anyway, it can mean something to do with a marriage, someone that you actually want to get married to as the good side and that you can marry and have a happy home life with, or someone bad that you was married or committed to within something bad to. But like I say, justice will prevail. So this is messed up, man. Justice will prevail eventually because karma will not allow it to keep going on unless you allow it, unless you put a stop to it. You know, you put a stop to it by putting your foot down and become this energy. Find the light of day and find something good and decent. Let's have a look. The King of Pentacles. Let's get this over and done with because I've got to go to work soon. 10 of Cups might have come out. 10 of Cups. The King of Swords. King of Swords. Wow. So you've got opportunity again. You've got aces all over the board. Opportunity with someone that is this kind of energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, or someone that's very concerning. I can't even speak. So somebody that is influential and kind of taken on this kind of energy that I have now. But this is passion, this is leadership, this is someone, but it's also an opportunity, something that grows, okay, someone that's a grower, right? Grower and a shower, but, well, they show up, there you go, they actually show up. So that's what that means. They actually show up as what they are. They're not afraid. This is not a afraid card, this is someone that takes action. So they're not afraid. This is someone that literally shows up and shows themselves of what they are. Very passionate, very caring, very giving, and they have opportunities all over the place. Because they are passionate and very influential and wise in what they do. So it's another opportunity. So let's have a look at, wow, so we've got, wow, look, the Ace. Ace wants to come out too. And the King of Pentacles. So you've got people interested in people or stuff all over, because the King of Pentacles wanted to come out, which is near the Queen. Let's have a look at the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Please tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, wow. There you go. Great. So, So as a spin, this can mean Aries somewhere in someone's chart. I mean, I have Aries in. Wow, yeah. So astrology. This is how you can kind of work out your astrology. Okay, through Vedic sidereal, we had the Gemini full moon. Okay, but it's just moved into, and also Chiron. I was going to talk about that. Okay, so Chiron has just moved out of Pisces, and it's actually moved into Aries. Okay, and so is Lilith. Well, I have Aries, and I have Black Moon Lilith and Chiron in Aries, which is this kind of character, which is why I'm kind of probably talking the way I am now. But it's moved from Pisces, and it's now moved into Aries. But then we've got Lilith transit too through January. Okay, so that means very stern, very leadership for me as a Pisces, because then I become what I'm supposed to become, which is this kind of energy, more of a masculine, but still in tune with the feminine part too, which is also this kind of energy. But as a kind of mirror flip, this is someone that's very grounded, committed, stable, soulmate, can create a family, a home life, you know, reflection of a mirror of two stable things, a stable emperor and a stable mother, stable father, stable mother, reflection of children, creator, carer, looks after children, can have children, create, build, stability. Okay, then you have justice back too, so something to do with a Libra maybe. Okay, Libra too, but also within your chart or their chart or somewhere within your chart alignment. But this also means very committed and married. It can mean someone that wants to start afresh, like well, it can be someone that wants to get married. It means karmic law, very committed in a very stable commitment or marriage. Seven of Cups wanted to show its face too. Let's have a look quickly at the Eight of Swords, yeah, Eight of Swords. These are Roman numerals on this one, they confuse me a bit. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Holy fucking shit. Someone's got a story. Hello, fish counter. Yes, love. You're fucking stuck in the lift, bruv. Really? Watch that. It's on my channel. It's on my discussion page. Face jacker, phone jacker. Yes. Well, too many. Eight of Swords. Concentrate. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, please, Spirit. Please clarify the Eight of Swords. It needs transformation. There needs to be a death and transformation. You know, the death card was coming up. Transformation. Let's have a look at the Eight of Swords. One card, please. One card. It don't know. It don't need clarification. That's not like a major arcana. We've gone through all the major arcanas. Okay, that's just entrapment. You can untrap yourself when you want to, but you need to kind of like become unblinded to the truth. You know, the truth needs to be spoken or it doesn't. But if it doesn't, and you keep energy around people, it just keeps it trapped. It's the elephant in the room. Elephant is right in the center of the room. You can't entrap people spiritually, and you can't entrap the elephant in the room. It needs release. So it's karmic release. As you get your karmic justice or dharma or karma, okay? Your karma, your dharma, depending on where you are, can be extremely happy, or it can be extremely unhappy. Okay? So we're going to leave it at that, Pisces, because I have also got kind of things too. But all songs or anything like that, I don't know what song I'm going to come up with this one. Dancing in the Devil's Shoes, I will pretty much say. But we'll leave it at that. If you want a reading, okay, everything will be in the description. I'm trying to keep it as cheap as possible, but I've got a few to do, okay? But please leave a like, share, and subscribe, and just kind of let me know what's going on, okay? All right, Pisces, love you guys. Cheers, peace, bye.